Yo, what is going on, my homies? What's up, man? I'm absolutely loving seeing the ponies trying to break down what's going on with the PlayStation job listing. Yeah, again, trying to figure out what games will go to the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch. And I find it, it's hilarious to see what's going on Twitter, social media, like other social media and podcasts as well. You got dudes talking about trying to break down like maybe the old IPs, maybe not the new IPs, or maybe the live service. And when it comes to the live service games, these guys were adamant that them games would even come to the Xbox platform. For example, Helldivers 2. That was one game that they were saying it would never come. But it's funny to me to see these ponies move the goalpost yet again. Now let's get into it. Hit that like button, baby. Let's talk that shit. Now I want to talk about Nate the Hay. He's been a pretty good insider overall. Has he been perfect? No, but overall he's been pretty good. And he was talking about more Sony games will come to the Xbox. 100% yes. Obviously, one of the homies, Clue, was asking him about like which games do you think, like if it's live service games, and some people do still believe it's a live service game. But to me, what live service games do they have? Let's be real. What live service games do they have like that? They cancel like 10, 11 of them. So I'm assuming it's going to be more than that, personally anyway, according to the job listing and the way Sony is moving right now. But according to Nate the Hay, he believes that more games will come to the Xbox for sure from PlayStation, and he doesn't know anything about Lego Horizon, stuff like that coming to the box. But I find it funny how these ponies are trying to break it down, trying to figure it out, like what games will they put on Xbox? Will it be Spider-Man? Will it be God of War? Listen to this shit.
What game you want me to plan around?
That's why I wanted to actually intervene in that one, because I can probably explain what this listing is. Because basically, I understand like everybody's jumping the gun. Yeah, look, everybody's jumping the gun. Everybody's jumping the gun with the job listing. So I mean, it's basically could be for the smaller titles. You also got to think about Freedom Wars, Patapon. You also got to think about Freedom Wars, Patapon, or that's games that's actually PlayStation IPs, because Bandai Namco was actually licensed to actually get that game.
You're probably paying me more
everybody
than what you would make. I'm getting paid $370K for Freedom Wars and Patapon.
Look, but also you also got to think about everybody shots golf. That's also a PlayStation IP.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, it's more than just jumping the gun to exclusives.
What you doing, Mom?
But
give me an example. You're my boss, so I'm just doing what you want me to do. Bro, you paying me. Listen, if you want me to sit on my ass and not do anything, I could do that. I would love to get $370K and not do anything. Like, what you want me to do? Right. You want me to bring stuff on Xbox and bring profit to your studio? What games
like
you
Medieval?
With?
Be like Medieval? Medieval is probably
Medieval.
PlayStation 1 title.
Medieval.
Did you hear that shit? Dudes are talking about Medieval, Patapon and all that. What is Patapon? What are we doing here? These ponies are trying their best, trying to break down like, this game will come. It won't be God of War. It won't be Spider-Man. Listen to me. I'm not even saying them type of games may come or may not come. I'm just saying these dudes are trying to break it down and hoping that PlayStation doesn't even announce a game like Spider-Man. These dudes are hoping it's Patapon, Medieval. Hell, you got even dudes out there talking about SOCOM, or that fighting game that PlayStation is publishing as well. That's what they're doing right now. That's where they are right now. These ponies are absolutely losing it over this new job listing. And it started with Helldivers, but they're absolutely losing it. So now they're trying to say, you know what? It'll be this game, but it's not going to be a Spider-Man. It'll be that game, but it's not going to be a Horizon. The person you hired in the job for is going to earn up to $370K per year. And you telling me he's going to focus on games like Patapon, Medieval? Them games, nobody bought them games. Nobody gives a shit about them games. Make it make sense. Come on, ponies. Be real. Be sensible. Be like someone like P-Rock on these other ponies out there. For example, Sumo, talking about PlayStation shills are way worse than Xbox shills. That is saying some shit. Because this dude's a hardcore pony. He's one of the wild ones. A stallion. A hardcore pony. And if this dude is saying this shit about the PlayStation Nation, something's up then. You know something is spooky then. My advice is to you ponies on podcast, Twitter, trying to figure it out, trying to break it down, trying to make sense of this. What game makes sense to come to the Xbox platform? Just stop. Sony is $1 billion company. Just stop it. You don't know what these dudes gonna do. The shareholders, the money man on top, they're gonna come and do what's best for the company. They don't care about my punk ass. Oh, Sean786 is upset because Xbox is putting the games on PlayStation. Nah, they don't give a shit about that. When it comes to the money, to make more money for the company, for the shareholders, listen, it's all about that money. Bottom line, when it comes to it, it's all about the Benjamins. Plain and simple. Let's move along to this POS. Christopher Dring for a second. Guys, I talked about this the other day in my video, or maybe my podcast, talking about Christopher Dring, talking about Nintendo Partner Showcase, hoping that, come on Microsoft. Then he tweeted this shit out the next day, after the showcase, after the Partner Direct. He tweeted this out, talking about there was at least 3 games I was told were 100% in that Nintendo Partner Direct. Obviously that shit didn't happen. Just goes to show how these things change. Bullshit, Christopher Dring. Bullshit, Perry Saturn, you cock-eye bitch. You making shit up, you starting some shit. The same shit with that Game Pass stuff, you doing the same shit again. You do exactly what you were doing at Microsoft, come on, with that Nintendo Direct partnership showcase. You knew exactly what you were doing, trying to stir the pot. Only to find out your bitch ass, smelly ass, UK punk ass was wrong yet again. Why don't you shut your bitch ass up, you Perry Saturn looking motherfucker, and kiss my ass on top of that? And talking about someone kissing my ass, listen to this shit.
Thrash, you give us your perspective on this.
Well, I know, because I'm in business and I know this position, and you guys have it 1,000% wrong about what this position actually is. It has nothing to do with development of games or telling people where to put games or nothing like that. Absolutely nothing about that. Okay. This is, if you read the overview, that's all you really need to read is the overview. It's about expanding sales on digital stores, right? That's why they say Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, yada, yada, yada. They say Nintendo, well, not even PlayStation. They say Nintendo, Xbox, Steam, Epic. Those are all of their digital stores. All right. So that's why it has nothing to do with consoles, has nothing to do with development. What it has to do with is expanding profitability in these stores. So what does that mean? That means that, let's say, for example, Steam store, right? You go to the Steam store, you'll see a section called PlayStation Publishers Sale or something like that, right? Pretty sure y'all seen people bring that up on PC, yada, yada, yada. That is what this man's job is. It's not even his job. He's in charge of the people who do that. So they're trying to expand the sales inside of these stores by basically doing ads. When you boot up an Xbox, you see a full screen saying buy this game.
What you talking about, Willis? Are you listening to this shit? Queen Crush is talking about the job listing now. Talking about, you guys are wrong. You guys are misunderstanding it. The job listing is right in front of you. Listen to the overview. It's not about putting games on the platform. It's about something else. It's about advertising. When you boot up the Xbox, you'll see MLB splash screen right in front of your face. That's what the job listing's about mainly. I honestly can't make this shit up. We always talked about the goalpost. And somehow, someway, these ponies always move the goalpost. I don't know how to do it. No idea how to do it, but they're doing it right now. From the games they're talking about, Medieval, SOCOM, some other third-party shit as well, doesn't make sense. P-Doc's on these dudes. P-Doc's been on it, let's be real, talking that shit. And some of the ponies have been on it as well on Twitter, calling the PlayStation dudes out. Just stop it. Hiroki Totoki ain't playing that shit anymore. He ain't gonna listen to you when it comes to the emails. I know PlayStation fans out there sending emails talking about please stop it, don't do this multi-platform approach when it comes to putting the games on other platforms. Please stop it. That's where we are right now. The PlayStation fans are trying their best to make sense of this. What is going on? What games or which games will go to the platform? Will it be Nintendo first? Will it be Epic and Steam store, or the Xbox? That's where we are right now. And I can't believe it. Dudes are talking about medieval. Like PlayStation people bought that shit. Come on. You're gonna pay someone X amount of money to port that dog shit game over. Like it's gonna sell on any other platform. Just be real. Accept reality. You dumbass bitch. And talking about reality, let's talk about Xbox killing it right now. You see these numbers? From Sarti Nadella? Not some punk bitch from the Twitter street. Sarti Nadella. 500 million monthly active users across platform and devices. You think Sony ain't looking at that? You think Hiroki Totoki, Nashino, and all of them punk ass bitches ain't looking at that? We are now the top publisher on both Xbox and PlayStation this quarter. Ponies, look at this shit. I'm gonna repeat myself once more. You think Hiroki Totoki ain't looking at that? Nashino and them other punk ass bitches ain't looking at that? They're seeing the numbers right now. It's on their platform. I'm talking about Game Pass. Yes, Christopher Drink, where you at, bitch? Game Pass annual revenue was nearly 5 billion for the first time. It's growing, baby. It's growing. The revenue is growing right now. It's looking good. It's looking sweet. And I love this shit. Game Pass is legit. The games that's come out in 2025, especially 2025, has been untouchable. No service is touching that. Plain and simple. You know that, I know that, even your mama knows that, you dumbass ponies. So walk down them street corners and sell your bitch ass for them $70 games, you smelly assholes. I love this shit. My Xbox homies out there talking that shit. I love it. Twitter, podcast, drop them videos, drop them podcasts, talk that shit, pull up the receipts, boots on the necks, and that's the best way to do it. Xbox on live. Guys, I'm gonna check out, hit that like button, and let's talk that shit. Boom.